relief printmaking today. When we do relief printmaking, the first step we're going to do is I'm going to hand out these printmaking design pieces of paper. This is where we're going to start our design. We're going to draw in this box here, but if you would like to kind of think through some different designs on the sides of your paper, you absolutely can. We're going to be cutting this out, so this area you could use any way you want to think through your ideas. And then this is the box we're going to start to actually do our design in. If you start a design here and you don't really like it, it's okay. You can go ahead and try a different design on the back. If you want to do two designs to compare them, you can do that too. Once you feel like you have completed something like this, let's say, a design in your box, you like that design, you're going to bring your paper up to me for a teacher check to make sure that we have enough lines and that our box is full. The more lines that you do, the better and lighter the print will come out. So once you show it to me and I say that it looks great and you're happy with your design, the next thing you're going to do is you are going to take your scissors. You are going to cut out all the way around until it is just a box like this. Once you have a box like this, then you're going to go to the front table. There are pieces of foam on the front table like this. What you're going to do is you're going to tape your box to your foam printing plate like that. Once you have it like this, the next thing you're going to do is you are going to flip it over. You're going to write your name on it. The Sharpies are in your bin. And you're going to do an arrow to let you know which way is facing up. Because when you print, we're going to be printing 6 times with this foam printing plate. And we want to make sure that they are consistent going the same direction. Now that you have it like this, your next step is that you're going to take your pencil back at your desk and you are going to push hard. You're going to push really hard into all those lines. And when you press really hard, you're going to create a relief. Now, if you don't press that hard, like here, the relief doesn't show that well. So make sure you go back and you're pressing. You can kind of hear the crunching sound of your foam. And when you press really hard, I'll show you this time that all the areas and those lines will really show up. Now you can see those lines are really starting to show. Once you do this to your whole printing plate, if you flip it open and your lines aren't showing that well, this is when you're going to go back with this wood tool that's in your bin and you're going to press hard. Make sure you press so all those lines really show. The greater the relief, the better the printing image will be. So you're going to do that for your whole foam plate. Okay. So once you remove your paper from your printing plate, you would take your watercolor artwork with your printing plate over to the printmaking station. At the printmaking station, there's a place that tells you to place your artwork here. That is where your watercolor is going to go. And then you're going to put your printing plate down next to it. There's 2 brayers here for use, a wet brayer and a dry brayer. For the wet brayer, you're going to take and just roll into the ink a little bit. You can see here on this tray that has the ink, there's going to be a lot of thick ink towards the top. Please don't roll through all of that. You would just use a little bit. If you need to pick more ink up, roll it back and forth, and then you're going to carefully roll the ink onto your printing plate. So I got a little bit more of that thick ink. I'm going to kind of spread it out
And then I'm going to go back and roll it onto my printing plate. Once it looks like it's covered in a nice thin amount of coverage, that is when you're ready to pick it up. You're going to turn it over to see where your arrow is, and then you're going to line it up in that first square. Now once you do that, you're going to pick up the dry brayer. You're going to press hard. You're going to roll maybe 4 times. Pretty hard back and forth, get all those edges. Once you do that, make sure your dry brayer doesn't go into the ink, it goes back where it says dry. And then you're going to peel it off and your image is going to transfer. You're going to put your printing plate back over here, and then we are going to do this 5 more times. And there you have finished your beautiful relief printmaking artwork. You'll see sometimes there'll be a little extra paper, and that's okay, we can trim that later. It's better to have your squares line up in the center and be able to trim that or frame it later than to have the gaps of space in between your lines here. And the beauty of printmaking is that some parts show more, some parts show less, and it gives it that beautiful, unique design. And if you have any questions, you can come see me and I will help you. I will be standing by the printmaking station to help you ink your brayers and make sure you get off to a good start. Have fun.